down the leg side, flicked away. It'll be the first boundary, I think, down towards fine leg. Yeah, Litchfield won't be able to reel it in. Beg your pardon, it's Claire Moore down here. Litchfield at slip. That's trapping on the pad. An appeal, but not a confident one, although it is given. And Redmayne has to go. Mitch Claydon giving a decision in his first over. Georgia Vole. Nice shot first up. Beautifully struck by Vole through the offside. And that gets past Sammy Jo Johnson and finds the boundary. A good athlete all round, really, with the golf as well. That's flicked away nicely through square leg. Not sure Hannah Darlington's going to reach that. Not quite. Another boundary. Well played by Georgia Vole. Down the wicket comes Charlie Nott and plays that beautifully out onto the onside for 4. Very nicely done.
To the total. Cutting away beautifully over the top of point, down towards the boundary for 4. Claire Moore was a valiant chase down there in front of where a lot of the fans are perched here this morning. Well, this ball clipped beautifully over the top, lofted out towards the deep mid-wicket boundary, and it rolls its way into the rope for 4. So good positive cricket there from Charlie Nott. She's been missed out on that shot outside the off stump and then got beaten. And here she is driving exquisitely down the ground. So she shows she can clip it down towards mid-wicket and then she can hit a glorious on-drive for 4. So back-to-back boundaries for Charlie Nott brings up the 50 for the Queensland Fire, and they are on fire in this over at the moment. It's some really good cricket shots there from Charlie Nott.
Because that's where the bus lane is, as Darlington is in, edged away down towards third. They'll go for 4 as well. Darlington in to Vole again. That's a beautiful shot. Slightly over pitch from Darlington, but we saw one like that at the beginning of her innings. And despite the chase of Erin Burns, there's another boundary. Oh, great shot down the ground. Healy's dive is a despairing one. It's 3 consecutive boundaries to start the over. Pulled away with some power from Charlie Nott. Out towards that deep mid-wicket boundary. Nicely done. So latched onto that.
Vole advances, and that'll be 50. Been a really good innings, patient innings from the Queensland opener. Comes off 72 balls, includes 6 boundaries. And she's playing a pretty important hand here this morning to get Queensland potentially to a match-winning total. Other side of that sight screen. And this ball hammered beautifully down the ground. A glorious off-drive for 4. And Charlie Nott, she continues to impress here at Cricket Central this morning. Moves to 42.
And Brown into Nott, who's looped straight up in the air. Litchfield will take a simple catch. And New South Wales have the breakthrough.
Oh, and she's cleaned her up. Erin Burns gets the big breakthrough of Georgia Vole. And all of a sudden, maybe just looking a tad shaky, the Queenslanders. 3 for 137. Oh, Burns has got 2. Harris, eyes lit up as she thought she could hammer that one.
Finish bottom now, you watch. Here's Coit. Oh, that's a nice shot. Flicked away by Jonathan into the onside, and it'll go for 4 as well. Timed that beautifully. I mentioned she was... What will Hinkley try here? Down the wicket. Missing. Oh, she's come down the wicket. She's going to get run out here. Litchfield, the fielder, out by about a metre, I would say. Good work from Litchfield. But Jonathan absolutely right to send Hinkley back.
Faces up to Coit. And appeal for LBW, and she gets one, Coit. 30 wickets last season. She opens up her account, having returned to New South Wales. A full ball, maybe just sliding down onto that leg stump line. Reverse sweep in the air. Oh, lovely catch from Healy. Doesn't need the gloves on, does the skipper, as she takes that one low to the ground. Cleans her up. Wickets keep tumbling for the Queenslanders. Sammy Jo joins the party. A full delivery sliding in to middle and leg stump. Oh, it's a great ball. Peel for caught behind. Umpire's finger goes up, and Erin Burns continues to tie the Queensland batters in absolute knots. She picks up her fourth. She has 4 for 29. And Queensland 9 for 176 now. Oh, just put down by Wilson. It was a bit of a waft outside the off stump from Parsons, and she did well to cover ground there, Talia Wilson, but...
Bowled. 3 balls was the answer to the question, but the Queensland innings comes to an end. Grace Parsons swinging across the line. Well pitched up and smashed away. The aerial route from Phoebe Litchfield. The first boundary for her of the season has some authority etched on it. Great shot. Cook again. Well, that's timed beautifully into a gap. What a shot that is. That is timed to perfection from Litchfield. Mahoney's keeper, Georgia Redmayne, stands there on hands on hips as if to say, oh, don't quote me on that. Super shot from Elisa Healy. Picks up 4. She crashes one through the covers, just slightly over pitched. That's worked into a gap with a bit more force from Healy this time, and that will reach the rope. Fine shot from Elisa Healy. Again, not trying to hit it too hard, but...
lofted down the ground. It's a lovely shot. One bounce over the rope for 4. That is the class of Phoebe Litchfield. That's the reason she's playing for Australia. Pulled away beautifully over the top of square leg for 4. That was a crunching shot. Thought for a moment there might have been an opportunity there for Grace Parsons, who... oh, that's lovely. That is an incredible shot. One bounce into the fence for 4. Brings up the 50 for New South Wales. Get the bonus point. Oh, and Jonathan takes her caught and bowled. It was a sharp chance, and she gets a really vital wicket for the Queenslanders.
Hit up in the air and straight to point. It's 2 wickets in quick succession. And this time it's Elisa Healy who has to go. A second wicket falls on 55. Here's Sippel again. Free hit pulled away with some venom over mid-wicket. Sure it'll reach the rope. Well, no, it bounces on actually, and Hinkley can't reel it in. So the free hit goes for 4. Sippel into Gardner. Flicked into mid-wicket. Beautiful shot. Time that one as well. 4 more. Some of the shots we're seeing from the international players, the Australian players, have been... down the wicket she comes. That's not crazy, but it's gone a long way. First 6 of the match from Ash Gardner. Gun barrel straight. Hit it beautifully. Here's Parsons continuing. Into Gardner, who lifts again over mid-on. Hinkley watches it sail over ahead and go for 4. Keep the batter honest. Edged down towards third. It'll go for 4. A little bit unfortunate. This one's floated up, full toss, hit straight to mid-on, gone. Goodness me, what a way to go. Talia Wilson falls for 28. Full toss of all things from Charlie Knott. Oh, good delivery from Ginger that's gone right through Leroyd. And she has to go for 3. I think she's deserved that, Sienna Ginger, for her spell so far. Pulled away fiercely by Burns. That's a way to get off the mark. Beautifully played.
Pulled away. That's a lovely way to bring up your half century. Had so much time as she stepped deep into her crease. Lofts this one. Goes straight up in the air, and Gardner goes. She set her up beautifully here, Courtney Sippel. A couple of full and wide ones. And maybe just getting a tad frustrated.
1 to win on the opening day of the season. That's wide outside the off stump, and that'll do it. Bit of a damp squib of all way to win the game, but they all count, as they say, and the players will shake hands. It's a 5-wicket win for New South Wales against Queensland.